the light in the darkness, manages to get one kill. Ionic takes out the rotate from Kharkiv, so Saint is in such a compromised position. Misses the shot on Ionic. The stream went down.
Yeah. So is it down?
Nothing.
Oh, just might as well. Kingston can't find V-Riddle. It's a 1v1.
Comes down to a 1v1. Saint once again has to perform in the clutch, and his time is so low here. He's gonna tap the spike, but the bluff is called from Reshmonger, who has won this round off the time alone. I think we're casting into the void right now, I believe.
Are we? All right.
Okay.
Let's self-tap ourselves up. Good job, Static. Good job. Oh no. So we might as well just cast. I don't know.
If you guys can hear us, hello.
We won't be able to see it because there's delay. I mean, I don't know what's going on with these teams' defense in this, or with these teams' attack in this one, but
Can we pause the game for tech issue? I guess it's too late now, but
yeah. We're in the stream, maybe not. So LLE, if they tie it here, definitely.
Yeah, they really could, and the attack has been the favored side here. So let's see if they can convert this. They're gonna start it out well. Saint finding their farm once again is gonna get the opening pick onto Reshmonger, dashing into the A site. It's gonna be a good post plant for the attack from the attackers, and Dezo could go big here as they're just gonna play the trigger discipline. Only good for one, can't hit the spray onto the next, but they get this man advantage further in the hands of LLE. Bossy is aggressing through mid, manages to cut off V-Riddle, going for the flank, and Crispy is left with so much to do as Foolmonger is left at 30 HP to try and retake this site. It feels helpless. It feels like we're going another round of overtime, and that is what will come through. Hi, stream, if you can hear us. I don't know.
07 stream. Yeah, it's looking very rough. Hopefully they were able to see the end of that round, but we're gonna see the last timeout here for the side of LLE in this overtime match. They are looking to win this round because they know they are on the disadvantage, as it has been very rough for this defense thus far. So I'm really looking to see what they can do. I want to see Kwasi able to have another decent round, but mainly we need to see some better macro decisions. We need to see some better teamwork decisions, because it does feel like in these rounds they're just being picked apart by the side of PANDASQTS. It feels like they're not making the right decisions that get them into the round, and with Foolmonger and Reshmonger playing so well together as a duo, it definitely has hindered quite a bit of the ability of what we've seen from LLE, at least in the series so far.
Right here.
It feels like whoever wins the first defense round is gonna run away with the map at this point. Defense has just struggled so much in this series. Well, not in this series, in this map. Ironically, defense was the favored side for for Haven, which is, I think I could count on one hand how many times I've had that ever happen.
Yeah, and now attack as well is also in favor on this map as well. So it definitely is just the opposite of what the map favors in a way is kind of what is best, but we'll see what does end up coming through here. We need to see less aggression from them. We need to see just more smart plays. Dezo cannot die in this mid area that we've seen before. It's definitely been a detriment. Will be spotted out by the Owl Drone, and Saint playing so far aggressive, hasn't been able to find a good shot with the op, but we'll find Reshmonger.
Yeah, we'll step up when their team needs it the most. That op is gonna find them an opening pick to try and find match point for the first time in Ascent, the first advantage that they've had in Ascent, which has been a long road for them to try and close out this series 2-0. Dezo manages to get one as well. Kharkiv under pressure by VRiddle, but is maintaining it well so far to buy time for the rotate. As Ionic takes out Kingston, though, a lot of pressure falls onto the KO here and will make noise as well. Sprays won't quite land, and as a result, it's a 3v3 retake. Make that a 2v3 retake as the attackers manage to claw back an advantage. It's gonna be all up to Saint coming in from main here to try and to give an advantage back over to the team. Does get the timing though. Riddle goes down, and now Kwasi can try and push through heaven to crunch alongside Crispy. Spotted out, and the dart will reveal Ionic. Everything falls to Crispy, who can't pull through, and match point is secured for LLE.
Saint went from bottom frag of this game, went like 0-6, all the way up to 25-17, now has the most kills in the game, and is definitely feeling it now. Huge advantage for LLE as they head into their attack. Huge from them for that flank. Saint absolutely winning that round for them. Fullmonger and Rushmonger have to be scratching their heads as they were picked off at the start. Gave them the disadvantage. They clawed back the best they could. But once again, a 5v3 throw from the side of LLE somehow still turns out in their favor.
Now all they have to do is convert an attacking round, something that they were able to do time and time again in regulation. This side has been so dominant. And all we need to see from LLE is just a replication of the success that they have had. However, Fullmonger steps up with a big opening kill and doubles up as well. This player comes through so clutch when their team needs it, and they secure an advantage for the defense as Ionic manages to lose out the fight inside of A main. This advantage is starting to slip away, but Reshmonger is right there to bring it back, and VRiddle alongside them. Everything falls down to Kharkiv to avoid another overtime, but it looks like we're gonna need even more rounds to decide the winner of this game.
Yeah, I mean, the whiff alert again from LLE that has plagued them throughout this game did come true. Fullmonger with a nice sit there on the Tom bench, finds Saint and then doubles up for something that probably shouldn't have found one in the first place. LLE just played too slow, and that overall able to get them that round. And I mean, the more aggression, like I've said plenty of times before, that LLE show, the more aggression they do, the more they lose. So they need to clean that up a bit, as this operator from Saint, once again, the golden bullet for LLE to win this map is here.
Gonna re-aggress B main once again, and I love that setup. They use the dart to ping out the turret, destroy it, and then Saint can take the aggressive angle. That is adaptation in real time coming out from LLE as they look to convert yet another defensive round. VRiddle manages to take out Kwasi though, so now it's gonna come down to these defenders to bounce back. They know that market is compromised and they want to box that in. Crispy gets one, Ionic as well. Kharkiv, before they go down, will claim 2 lives and a 3rd as well. This player cannot be felled right now as they look to secure another match point for LLE. Everything falls to Reshmonger, who has come through so big for their team and will start it out well by getting the opening pick in this clutch. It's the KO though, who can be revived. Reshmonger trying to peek in and does get the kill. Match point secured, and they look to close this out and put it to map 3.
I'm just so confused why they committed to that. I understand what Saint was going for there, but you can't just keep baiting it out. You can't just hold on to it. You have to leave Kharkiv to just die. That is not really a play you can really make. And that will blow up in their face. Once again, match point, like you said, over to PANDASQTS. And the advantage, the momentum is back in their favor. Can they pull it out is the question. As we're going to see another Odin here from Crispy. Hasn't looked good on LLE. Can't look good on PANDASQTS.
Ionic, though, with a bit of over-aggression inside of B main will be punished. And VRiddle is brought down to very low HP as well. attack is right back in it, but Reshmonger, who other but them to keep this series alive? V-Riddle is gonna go down to the fragmentation grenade. And all of a sudden, we're looking back towards this Monger duo to wrestle things to map 3, or else we might go for another bout of overtime. It's the B site that the attackers will be setting their sights on. It's been a passive play here from Kuasi. Hasn't gotten hardly any information here, so it's going to be going in blind. They're going to wait for this sonar dart to come back up.
We know Fullmonger has been so good at holding the site. That utility can be so useful, and with that word being taken, they know the null command once again comes out, so no KJ utility will be used.
They're just going to rush through lane, try and get onto the site, dig their heels in, and push us to another round of overtime. As for Pandas, they're looking to pull off another retake that they looked so strong in multiple times throughout the series. Guasi steps up in the final hour here and pushes us to another overtime.
We are in the blender right now. We are going higher and higher in this OT. These teams are getting weird. They are so focused in. They're so tunnel visioned on the end goal, but will they make the right decisions to get there? It all starts with this attack once again, where the side of PANDASQTS keep having this advantage of starting on attack, so they'll be able to do a lot more. Can they understand that this operator from Saint once again will be at B? Can they figure this out? Will they understand what is happening is the question, as this Aldrone once again will spot out 2 good advantages. I believe their Aldrone did see Saint, so they know that op is there once again. A site looks to be where we're heading once again.
Yeah, they know that they know that Saint is there, so they're just gonna rotate away. But Saint's ahead of it. Saint expects them to be playing like this and be afraid of this op, so they're gonna get ahead of the rotate, heading towards A. It's super indecisive from Saint. We've seen this a few times, and now is gonna choose to go in towards Tree, where the closer range engagements are gonna be what's gonna be given to them. This is a very awkward round. Reshmonger gets the opening kill for it. So this plant goes down by Ionic. The door for Trees will be shot out. Kharkiv is suppressed, so can't throw in any utility to try and help their team get through. But oh my god, off the back of a scan, Saint takes Ionic out through the wall, and this retake is on. LLE are looking clinical right now as they look to take yet another map point. It is up to Fullmonger, who can't best Saint. It is 16-15 and another map point.
Saint with this operator is going bananas here once again, getting these kills. That's a 3K on the round, and that is as clean as you can do it for that retake. Something we didn't see at all throughout this series from the retakes. They've been so sloppy, not concise, but that time they cleared everything out. They played together, they played their utility, and they're able to find all those picks and find the mistakes from PANDASQTS. Everything they wanted to do there just went poorly. Now we'll have to see what PANDASQTS do as they're stacking 3 players towards mid, and they're looking for these early picks potentially. Never mind.
Certainly, they just have to convert this one round. As for PANDASQTS, they're gonna try and push it to another overtime, and has been back and forth. It no longer feels like a particular side has the advantage. It feels like it could go either way right now. Fullmonger looking over this smoke, trying to get an angle, and does have it. Could take out Saint, but chooses to take a passive angle. Will this work out well? Playing on the edge of the smoke. The attackers don't want to fight. Surely, Fullmonger has been here so many times. They're gonna set their sights towards A, and they don't consider Fullmonger, who will collect another kill. Saint trying to barrel into the site will hit the door, and so now it comes down to this post plant. Dezo is going to be trying to activate late, but as they reload, that sound cue will be given over, and Reshmonger knows that it's going to be a late mid play, trying to bait them out with the shots on the door, on the site. Lights are coming down, and it's a shallow clear from Reshmonger. It's a 2v3 from Crispy and V-Riddle to try and push this another overtime. Otherwise, they will go down 2-0 in this series. That Nano Swarm is gonna eat away at their time. It's all left up to V-Riddle. So little time. The null command comes through, and with it, surely the round. A score line in the maps that does not replicate how close this matchup was. Nevertheless, it'll be 2-0 for LLE.
Long lost esports with the craziest series we've seen so far. Clutches going back and forth, and the 9-3 curse will eventually pay dividends. 17-5, 15 win. Saint 29-20-5 with the series MVP. Absolutely crazy on it. And that is exactly what kind of series we want to see, and very unfortunate for the side of PANDASQTS. They dropped the 2-2 in the standings. LLE are 2-2 in the standings. This standings right now can go anyone's way.
Let me know.
All right, I'm dragging you in a second.
Now
And we are going to be getting in none other than Kevkiv, who was able to just go so nuclear for that match. Certainly a good series from LLE. And Kharkiv, congratulations on winning that series 2-0. Certainly a bit more close than I'm sure you would have expected.
Yes, sir. Very close.
Yeah, I first thing I wanted to ask you was obviously off the back of map 1, you guys almost ended up losing out to a comeback and then performing a comeback of your own. So I kind of want to just pick your brain. What's your mindset on fending off a comeback and also trying to pull off one of your own?
Okay, so to start off with map 1, we kind of had problems in the past with this iteration of the team. Even before, we lost a 12-6 on the second map of our last match when we were up 12-6. So we kind of learned a lot from losing that, right? We learned to keep our mental up, right? And keep calming, right? So we had the mental strength and we had like the confidence to win that game. You know, like the comeback, we knew the comeback wasn't gonna happen, right? We were very confident that we were gonna win, and then that happens the same thing on Ascent, right? We actually never played this map before as a team, so in the beginning when we're down 9-3, it's a little bit of frustration. You know, the team play wasn't really there, but on attack, my teammates trust me. Like I'm calling, right? That's why we defaulted every round. It was the same default pretty much every round. My teammates trusted me. My teammates made great plays. Shout out to Saint. That guy was like 1-9 at one point, or some terrible numbers, and that guy I think he just matched MVP'd. Like shout out to that guy. If it wasn't for my players, I don't think we would have been able to come back. Like they allowed me to make good calls. There was times where we would die, and then somehow randomly they just get they would get numbers back and they would trade. They played perfectly. Shout out to these guys, yo.
And I mean, that overtime went so long, and saying obviously, and even you had a lot of null commands in that overtime, which was definitely a huge part of your winning. But I just wanted to ask, how are you talking to your team when an overtime is going so long? Are you just keep trying to find these advantages, and how do you really think about these rounds when you go to a 17-15 win?
Yeah. So originally we knew the problem was defense, right? We called that timeout. Shout out to our coach for that great call to get the op on B main and break that turret to kill Killjoy. And then,
Huge play.
yep, my boys did the rest of the job. I think there was a round where we got 2 first kills, and then we ended up dying, and it was a 3v3, and we lost. And I'm not gonna lie, there was rounds like that. Like a couple of the OT times, I did slam my hand on my desk because it was like, what are we doing, right? But like, it just comes down to like, it's the little things that we were messing up on that I knew the next time that we get on defense, we were gonna win. Like even though we went down, right? I knew when we got to the attack side that I would be able to win this game, and my teammates would be there with me, right? I knew that we were gonna win. They gave us free A main space every time, and they pushed A main. Every time they pushed A main, they got absolutely punished for it. Like And then like there was that last round, right, on defense when it was like I'm pretty sure they got the first numbers. They killed our boy Kingston on site, and our comms were just like it might have been the adrenaline. Like our comms are so good together. Like out of nowhere, we just had the best teamwork. And then after we won that round, we knew that we had it in the bag, and we just had to play good together, and that's all.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys showed a lot of good stuff. Like, you definitely had your rough moments, then you definitely played a lot better. I wanted to ask about your upcoming matches in general. Is there a team, since this was our first stream match, we haven't actually been able to watch you guys before.
Yep.
Is there any team you're looking forward to rematching or versing in the future? Because you guys are 2-2 in the standings now.
Yep.
You're looking good. You're in the middle of the pack. What team are you looking forward to versing again, or just in general?
All I'm gonna say is give me Nexus. That's all I want. I want that rematch with this team. Let's see what we do. That's all I want. I want Nexus. And I don't think any team in this league could beat us, honestly. Like
Oh, okay.
it's more of like we're putting ourselves down than the other team is. It's more of our mistakes and the other team beating us. You know what I'm saying? So I want any team in this league. I'm not scared of nobody, but I really, really, really want Nexus. Like I'm like next time we play them, it's not even gonna be close. It's not even gonna
Sounds
be
like a fun
close.
matchup.
I actually did want to pick your brain about matchups that you're either looking forward to or matchups that you're anticipating coming up. I just kind of want to ask you about your prep coming into, especially map one. In the first half of map one, it looked like you guys had them absolutely downloaded. So do you guys do a lot of prep for your maps? Do you watch a lot of VODs and try to get an idea of how the other team is playing?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This team, usually what we would do is we'd watch the team, like the streams and stuff, go back, watch the VOD, see what they like to do. This team we had no information on, and with the way our schedule was, is we didn't even scrim this week. But we
Oh,
knew we were very confident on Haven, and we knew that if we picked Haven, if they let us pick Haven, that we knew we were gonna win it, right? We knew that was our map because we never really lost on that map before. And then when we kind of messed up the vetoes a little bit, we banned Abyss. We never played Abyss. We never want to even play Abyss. And then they picked Ascent, and we were like, we never played it. It's a hard map to play when you never played it. And then the decider, we ended up banning Sunset, which we played. We looked decent on, and then because coach was like, they're gonna ban Icebox, and then the decider's gonna be shoot Lotus, because we were very confident on Lotus too. Very confident on Lotus. And then they ended up picking Icebox, so we never played Icebox or Ascent. So that had me a little bit shook, but I knew I could trust my players. I knew I could trust my players. And like I said, that last loss that we had, honestly, that is just us being a new team. Like that 12-6, if we didn't lose that and the third map was Haven, I guarantee we win that series. So I just trust my players and I know my players can like win any situation. Like you could take us to any map with any prep and I feel like we're going to beat every single team.
I mean, a lot of confidence coming out of you, and after a win like that, I can imagine it's only gonna get more and more. Congratulations on your win. Congratulations on going 2-2 in the league. And hopefully we get to see more out of you guys going forward. As for us, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. We will catch you in the next stream.
Thank you.
adios.
Peace.